here with Seth Brown, and he's our music and composition teacher here at Allen Music, and this is part of our Ask Your Teacher series, and he's going to tell you a little bit about himself. So Seth, how are you today? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Seth. I am the music theory and composition teacher here at Allen Music. I also do piano. And then I also am fortunate to do a lot of the different product reviews for our social media, and that's been a lot of fun. I'm really close with Brandon Allen, who runs the store, and his family. I think they're some of the coolest people. We met as a consequence of ministry, so we were doing, I'm a worship leader, and so we do a lot of ministry together. And so he kind of chased me down and was like, you should work at Allen Music. And I was like, I kind of ran from it for a while. I thought, I don't know about it. I don't really know that I should get into teaching. And then I eventually caved. I said, you know what, Brandon, I'm gonna do this, and I actually think this would be really fun. And ever since I started doing it, I love it. I absolutely love it. Every time I have a lesson with a student, just to watch them make progress as a musician, as a thinker, it's just super cool. So.
Yes, and you get to watch their really cool thinking process, and everybody's thinking process is really different. So let's get into this thinking process. What is music theory?
Yeah, so what a question. So a lot of people don't actually know what music theory is, or they think they know what music theory is, but they have a really skewed concept of what music theory is. So I'm going to start with what it's not. Music theory is not the legalistic prescription of things that you have to do to make good music. Okay, that's something that I learned in school was you would have a lot of teachers who would like, this is the correct way to do music. And I'm just not about that. Like I'm all about you understanding the rules so that you can break them. But I don't know, I guess I just think that's kind of fun. But what I really want to do is I want to give people the tools to know what is possible with music, so that with your own ideas, your own creativity, your own thinking processes, because everybody's different, you can make the music that you want to make. So music theory, what it actually is it's descriptive. So it describes what's possible with music. You get into the technicalities of it, you get into the math behind it. Don't let that scare you, okay? There is math, but it's not super complicated math. It's like, can you count to 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? Get into the math of it. You get into all the little fine details. And for me, I just love like peering into the inner workings to kind of see, well, how does that song work? Like, I know I like this song. I know I like the way it sounds, but how does it work? Like, why does it make me feel the way it does? And so that's really what music theory is all about. I
love that answer. And it brings me into my next question. What really fascinates you the most about music theory?
Oh my gosh, color, okay? So like, if you think about any kind of visual art, and I'm not a great visual artist, but I appreciate it because you can see the way that like colors fit together, and you start to pick up on patterns, and it's got this, it has the ability to communicate something deep to you. Like, it's not just an idea, it's like from the soul. Like you can like really feel what the artist is trying to communicate. And in the same way, music theory touches on rhythm and harmony. And when you get into the nitty gritty of what's possible rhythmically and harmonically, you really start thinking about it in terms of color. And so it's like you start to realize there are all of these shades and nuances that you never thought were possible. And then that opens up creative opportunity for you to express emotions you didn't realize you could express, because things usually aren't quite as simple as happy, sad. Usually there's gradients that fit with whatever an artist is experiencing in their life. And so a lot of people have a misconception that music theory is like super lofty, and it can be when you do it the wrong way, but really it's an emotional art. Music theory is about understanding really the science behind emotions expressed through music. So I think that's what I love so much about it.
Amazing. So you're really getting into the nitty gritty of what music really is, and it's really cool. So if you're getting into the nitty gritty, what is, or who is music theory for?
So music theory is for anyone who plays an instrument, anyone who writes music, anybody who's interested in music. There's sort of this view that to be a music theorist, you have to be like a 19th century composer or whatever. It's like, no, I'm not Beethoven, I'm not, and I love music theory. And what you'll find is most really professional musicians have experience with music theory in some capacity or another. Most of the people that you listen to, that you love, and that you appreciate, they may not necessarily say this up front, but they probably have investigated this. And it's for everyone. It's for the band student that wants to take their understanding of the systems of music to another level so that they can be a better performer. It's for the vocal student who wants to understand how to be able to hear intervals so that they can sing better in tune, so that they can actually fit stylistically. It's for the songwriter who is got a guitar and they know 4 chords and they've got these lyrics that they've written down and they want to express something meaningful, but they can't figure out how to put that melody with these chords, and they're struggling with it. Music theory deals with all of those things. And so I think if you are in music theory is for you. And my job as a music theory teacher is to take music theory and apply it to your specific needs. So it's not about just dumping on what I think you need to know. It's more figuring out where you're going so that I can give you the tools to get there.
So you guys can find Seth's information down in the description box below, and come and take a lesson with him. He's really awesome and he's really fun to be around.